My name is Alex, and this is the back room of my friend's house. He's planning on renovating it, and I love demolishing things, so today I'm going to help him tear it up. Let's go. The first step with any demolition is tidying up, so let's clear this room out so we can get to the smashy fun stuff. This is probably the least interesting step to watch, but is actually the most mentally important step, and here's why. I don't think people recognize just how much of a mental load it is to exist in a cluttered space. I mean, it feels like with each item you remove physically, you also lighten the load mentally, and it makes things a whole lot easier. Just think about all the spaces in your home that are full of junk, the kitchen drawer or a closet or a storage room. They're just full of stuff that just sits there in the back of your mind, and you're just constantly dreading the thought of having to use that space, so you just avoid it. I know firsthand that tidying things up and getting rid of junk is probably one of the hardest things a person with ADHD can do, but I promise it is one of the simplest and most rewarding things you can do. But what if I need that later? Or this goes with that other thing, or I'll find a use for it eventually. Are these the excuses you tell yourself? Is this why all of your drawers are filled with junk? Do me a favor and just empty one of those drawers out and see how energized you feel.
I think this guy might be garbage time, but it's like garbage. It's falling apart.
They're not even really bolted, minus those.
Rip it apart.
Yeah.
All right, now that we've cleared the space out, the next step is starting to take things apart. And if you've never done something like this before, it's actually quite simple. Pretty much everything in a house is held together by either nails or screws, so all you really have to do is undo those things wherever you see them. And so if you got a drill, a hammer, and a pry bar, you can pretty much demolish anything. I don't know what it is about demolition that makes it so therapeutic, but there really is nothing like it, which I guess is why those rage room places have become so popular. But why pay to smash other people's junk when you can just smash up your own? I think a part of the fun is that it feels a little bit naughty to break things, especially if you grew up in a house like mine where you got ripped a new one if you broke anything, and I broke things all the time. The thing is, the only way to make room for new and exciting things is by disposing of the old, and that can be scary for a lot of people. What if I break something I can't fix? Or what if I'm not done figuring out what to do afterwards? The truth is, everything can be fixed, and you will never finish planning what is supposed to go there after. And so, if you're thinking this way, you'll probably just never take on that project, which is pretty sad. Sometimes you just gotta take that leap. Smash up that wall, see what's behind it. I guarantee whatever plans you had before will change once you get into it. The point is, you gotta get rid of the old to make way for the new, so you can't be scared of a little bit of a mess while you make way for something better. Kind of a metaphor for life. I'm willing to bet if you're watching this that there's some clutter in your life that is messing you up mentally. And what's worse is you know exactly what needs to be done, you just don't want to do it. Quit that job. Break up with that toxic partner. Let go of a controlling parent. You're too scared of breaking down what you have, and that is why you feel stuck. That is why you will never be able to make your situation better, because you're not willing to do some of the dirty work. It's not hard, it's just messy. But if you try to skip the demolition and just build over top, you're going to run into so many more problems down the road. There's no secret, really. You just gotta do it. The other thing is, if you have trouble starting things or making progress, like me, there's nothing quite like a demolished part of your house to light a fire under your ass to get stuff done. My wife might disagree with that, as I currently have a destroyed laundry room in my house that I'm still figuring out what to do with. Sorry, babe. Anyways, I have this demolition philosophy for a lot of things in my life, and I have absolutely no issue completely ripping apart things in order to get back to a blank slate and rebuild something better. Could be big things like how I blew up my entire consulting career to pursue my dreams, or even as small as clearing out my fridge because I'm tired of all the mental anxiety from the rotting produce and forgotten leftovers in there. So if you had to take one thing away from this video, it's this. The prospect of taking something apart is daunting, and it's going to feel wrong. And that fear is going to be the thing that stops you from doing what you really want to do. If you can get over that first hump, you'll be amazed at the things you can build from a fresh start, and you'll wonder why you waited so long to do it in the first place. So if you're out there watching this and there's a change you want to make in your life, but you haven't really gotten around to it because you think it's too much effort to break down what you already have, well, maybe this is your sign to do it. If you're enjoying this video, please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out so I can keep putting out more interesting videos for you to enjoy. We're just about done here, so here's the before and after. Thanks for watching, everyone. Last step is getting rid of all this junk.